Welcome. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating intersection of ancient knowledge and modern ambition. We're diving into how the astrological concept of Jupiter in the second house serves as this incredibly powerful blueprint for aligning long-term financial success with deep personal wisdom. If you've ever felt completely torn between climbing the corporate ladder and finding genuine, grounded meaning in your life, well, you're in exactly the right place.
Can you be ruthlessly ambitious and spiritually grounded at the exact same time? This question right here sets the stage for our entire journey today. It introduces the idea that true wealth requires so much more than just a constantly expanding paycheck. It asks a question that plagues almost every high achiever. Can you relentlessly pursue success without totally losing your soul in the process? To answer this, we're going to look at how specific personal values and financial decisions inevitably shape our ultimate reality. To make this concrete, let's follow the career of a hypothetical executive, Marcus. Now, Marcus perfectly illustrates the core challenge of finding meaning and security in a high-stakes corporate world. He's smart, he's climbing the ranks, and he wants to build a life of absolute stability. But right now, his definition of stability is entirely tied to his title and his bank account. Marcus starts his journey with a really common but honestly deeply flawed mantra: growth at all costs. It's just raw ambition without the spiritual maturity to back it up. It's the sheer force of the hustle. And hey, while that might get you your first big promotion, it is a profoundly fragile foundation for a lifetime of real abundance. To understand why Marcus is wired this way, we have to look at his underlying astrological blueprint. On one side of the ring, we have Jupiter, which represents wisdom, luck, abundance, higher learning, generosity, and expansion. On the other side, we have the second house, and this governs the material world, things like money, possessions, speech, food, family, and personal values. So when Jupiter's need for massive expansion collides with the second house's intense focus on money and possessions, it creates this incredibly powerful but highly volatile drive for wealth. Section 1. The Blueprint of Abundance. Let's see how Marcus leverages his natural assets to build real career momentum and executive presence. Take a look at the natural growth sectors where this specific alignment truly thrives: finance, education, law, consulting. So what do they all have in common? Well, they all require you to combine specialized knowledge with a generation of prosperity. They are arenas where wisdom directly translates into tangible value. Marcus, being a VP of finance, is perfectly positioned in a sector that demands both sharp intellect and serious financial stewardship. The absolutely crucial point in Marcus's early climb is how he actually executes this playbook. He doesn't just sit there and crunch numbers. He uses his natural gifts. First, his speech is optimistic, wise, and highly persuasive, making communication a massive natural strength for him. Second, he leans heavily on the moral guidance and philosophical influence instilled by his family background to navigate all those complex corporate politics. And finally, combining those skills with a high-growth sector like finance, that creates absolute rocket fuel for his early career. Section 2. The Trap of Overconfidence. Because every rapid descent has its hazards, and this is the dangerous optimism trap that catches so many ambitious professionals completely off guard. Driven by a string of early wins, Marcus falls victim to an incredibly common pitfall: financial overconfidence. You see, this blueprint comes with an innate belief that life should always provide growth and abundance. But without maturity, that belief quickly morphs into an issue. Marcus starts assuming that the universe is just going to automatically provide endless abundance without any real consequence or disciplined management on his part. And we can really see the massive disconnect here. Marcus has this strong natural attraction toward comfort, luxury, and the appearance of a hyper-stable lifestyle. But his excessive optimism, it leads straight to overspending. His expected wealth is sky high, but his actual bank account is continually depleted by lifestyle inflation. He's expanding his possessions, for sure, but definitely not his true, lasting wealth. Which brings us to a stark, unavoidable realization. A high executive salary, a fancy title, and a luxury car mean absolutely zero if they aren't matched with underlying emotional and spiritual stability. Literally zero. When the market turns, or when a promotion is missed, that purely material foundation just crumbles instantly. Section 3. The Wisdom Pivot. Fortunately, failure is often the best teacher, bringing Marcus to the ultimate turning point where he realizes his current equation is totally broken. Let's look at how this builds over a lifetime. Our source material reveals a truly fascinating truth. For this specific profile, financial opportunities actually increase with age. But
And this is a big but, they don't increase because of more hustle. They increase through patience, through continuous learning, deep networking, and most importantly, ethical decision-making. Marcus learns that the frantic sprint of his early career has to evolve into the patient, strategic marathon of his mid and late career. This forces a massive mindset shift. Marcus realizes that true abundance isn't just about what he can consume. It's about what he can provide. He connects his self-worth directly to his knowledge, his accumulating wisdom, and his ability to generate real, unshakable stability for his team, his company, and his family. He finally achieves a balanced understanding of both material and spiritual value. Section 4, Teaching as Wealth Building. Now, let's look at the actual mechanics of how this ethical leadership actively generates lasting abundance. Look at how this completely reframes the whole idea of generosity. Earlier, Marcus was overgiving financially, right? Picking up expensive dinner tabs just to look successful. Now, he channels that exact same expansive energy into different, far more impactful areas. He offers vital advice. He mentors junior executives. He provides emotional support to his team during those super high-stress quarters. He's still a generous guy, but he's giving his wisdom now, not just his wallet. By leaning into these teaching and counseling roles within his organization, Marcus builds immense professional respect. He transforms from just another ambitious executive into a true pillar of his industry. This approach ensures steady, gradual career growth that is pretty much immune to short-term corporate volatility. Why? Because he is seeking meaning and security through knowledge. Section 5. The Architect's Masterpiece. Let's see how all these disparate pieces finally come together into a complete master plan for our executive. This breakdown perfectly maps out how Marcus bridges the gap. It proves that when material actions, like making careful, long-term financial investments, are grounded in ethical values, they directly lead to profound spiritual and emotional rewards, like lasting emotional stability. His ethical business leadership directly cultivates his highly respected, persuasive communication skills. The two houses, material and spiritual, are finally working together in perfect harmony. By the end of his journey, Marcus demonstrates the ultimate truth of this blueprint. By prioritizing learning, exercising profound patience, and meticulously aligning his personal values with his financial decisions, he achieves something incredibly rare. He builds lasting wealth through gradual growth, secures deep emotional stability, and walks away with a perfectly balanced understanding of what it means to be truly prosperous. The blueprint is there for the taking. So I want to leave you with this thought. As you look at your own life and career, are you just building a bank account, or are you building an unshakable masterpiece?